This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.
Rocking and rolling here to start a new sports week. Mark McClune, Joey Lopez, Nick King, Sun Devil Joe behind the glass to talk all things Arizona sports. It is the group chat on Arizona's Family, the Extra Point podcast. Good to see everybody. I feel like we haven't all gotten together in a while. We haven't all been in the same room. We've been out covering sports.
And last Monday was a holiday.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, after the Super Bowl, everybody's like, I'm walking around the newsroom and everybody's like, are you enjoying the slow time? So my question to you is, are you enjoying the slow time?
There is no slow time.
There's no slow time? Yes. So
Not now.
Think about, like what's our most unique and favorite thing we've covered in the last week?
Cardinals climb at
Yes.
State Farm.
So is that going to be like
That would qualify as unique.
the next Pats run? I mean, I feel like they got the first one in the books. They did the proof of concept, and now everybody's going to go do that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so it was close to about 4,000 people. $2 million was raised for that. It was the inaugural climb, and just so many people showed up, and it was awesome. We talked to Michael Bidwell, Cardinals owner, Monty Austin for it. He was there with his daughter's Girl Scouts, and it was awesome just to kind of see everybody really supporting the special needs community.
I don't do this enough. Just get around a big group of people with special needs. I just feel like the energy that you get in those situations, and there's been times probably before kids where we went to MDA camp, and you feel like you're volunteering and you're kind of pouring yourself out, but you're getting so much more back. And I just don't do it enough. I'm just so in my own world that sometimes I don't realize that that's necessary for the soul.
Yeah, no, it really is. And Special Olympics is huge. That's like one thing I really want to get into. But, Shelby Miller was randomly there. He was walking with his wife and kids, and we got an interview with him and his wife, Erica. One of their sons has a disability, and they were just supporting out there. And do you know that he's actually signed with the Chicago Cubs?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is his elbow okay?
I think he's rehabbing, but he signed with the Cubs.
I want to get him back in
awesome.
the bullpen here. So that's one of the great redemption stories in all of Arizona sports for me. I think this is before y'all were here when the Diamondbacks traded Dansby Swanson, who's also with the Cubs. They're now teammates, but he was the number one pick of the Diamondbacks. And Shelby Miller came over here, and Dave Stewart said this is a guy who could be the ace of the staff. He was a fly ball pitcher in the South. Balls were humid. He got in here and the ball left the ballpark because of the dry air. So it didn't go well. He ended up getting DFA'd, but he came back and was a big part of the bullpen last year. I would argue that if he stayed healthy and everybody else stayed healthy, he would have had a really good year. I want good things for Shelby Miller, and I think that's pretty cool that he showed up.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was like when you don't know, like, who's going to be out there, but when you see that face, I'm like, oh, that's Shelby. And then talk to him, talk to his wife. Good people all around.
Do you think McFly could do? Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to say the climb. I never actually saw a video of what it looked like, but people are just walking up and down the stadium stairs.
So there's 3 different levels, like the easy, intermediate, and advanced
Which one did you do?
I was interviewing people down on the field.
If you could go rim to rim to rim in the Grand Canyon, do you think you should do the advanced? Do you think Nick King could pull that off?
He could do it, like probably 5 times.
5? You think you could do 5?
If McFly wanted to, we would. Yeah.
McFly could do it 5 times, you think?
I'm sure.
Would you carry him part of the way?
No, he doesn't need it.
Could he do the Grand
He's
Canyon
an
with
athlete.
you? Really?
Yes.
Are you doing the Grand Canyon again, by the way?
Not that particular hike. I would like to do something in the canyon sometime in the next couple months.
Didn't you almost die?
No, not really.
Almost.
Okay, so what was that like going rim to rim to rim? Just if you could give us the, your cocktail party spiel.
I just know there were points of delirium where, especially on the way back up. So you can start on either rim. We started on the south rim at 10 p.m. And so you're going down in the dark to the river and then kind of across the canyon and up the north rim. And the sun was rising as we were coming up the north rim. And I was feeling pretty good. I had done rim to rim once before. That's like 21 to 24-ish miles. And then coming back down the north rim, I started to get very tired. And I would have much rather started, I think, in the morning and had a good night's sleep. Whereas like starting after already being awake for like 12 hours. So anyway, I laid down on a rock, took a little bit of a nap at probably like 8 a.m. and then felt pretty good again, going back across the canyon, go across the Colorado River, and now you got to go up 5,000 feet one more time.
How long does it take to go up 5,000 feet one more time?
Well, it took a while. It took a while. There was another nap involved, and I was just, that's when things got delirious a little bit, and I was just like, how do I possibly have more to go? It feels like I've been walking up forever. Don't remember if I had any food left. I knew I had a Gatorade waiting for me in the car, a cold Gatorade in a cooler, and that was all I could think about. And then you finish, and it's like, okay, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. How many hours total?
I want to say it was like 16 or 17.
Wow. And then did you drive home, or did you just?
Yeah.
Wow. And
Drove home and got like 50 wings.
And just crushed them all.
Yeah.
Did you go barbecue? Did you mix them up, or did you go the same flavor?
No, same flavor. Yeah.
I don't know if I could do 50 wings of the same flavor.
They might
I
not.
definitely
have been
couldn't
50.
go
I'm
rim to rim to rim.
exaggerating, but
Yeah, I would have to mix them up. I'd have to
needed
go
some
like,
calories.
Lemon pepper.
I'd have to
sure.
go lemon pepper, buffalo. I'd probably have to go 5 of each just to. But you weren't okay. So you were delirious, but then you were like, "Oh, I'm good." It was like
I don't know. Like once you got to the top and I got the Gatorade, all of a sudden I was like back.
and it was like basketball.
But like a mile from the top, when I was like, yes, don't know if I can make it the rest of the way.
was it like running basketball, like suicides. Like
Something
at
like
practice,
that.
like I just want to quit, and then you're done. And
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah.
switchbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bunch of switchbacks.
Joe, can you go with Nick this next time?
No, but I did do
No.
I did do Havasu Falls hike, or is it Havasupai? Yeah,
Yeah.
Havasupai Falls. Back when I was younger, and I didn't think I could make that, and I did, and
Yeah, baby.
it was an achievement.
Is it ranked out as far as most beautiful places you've been in the world? Havasupai Falls.
It's up there.
Number one.
All
For
three,
you?
Wow.
all three of those falls, and then sleeping like on the ground floor and like looking up at the sky, and you kind of realize you have not much to do outside of the hiking and going in the falls, and so you're hanging out with your friends that you've brought along and playing card games and eating and just having a good time on the floor of the Grand Canyon.
Another thing that's good for the soul, and I don't do this enough. Like I feel like going to northern Arizona and getting in a spot where you just see how many stars there are and just take that in it's just breathtaking, and it's just so necessary to put yourself in the place of where where you belong in this whole deal. When was the last time you did that? Looked up the stars. Joe, is it recent, or are we talking?
Like to see a completely clear sky.
Yeah,
That's been a while for sure.
Julia.
I'd say when we went camping maybe like a year ago in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
But you're either like an ocean person or a mountain person. I think my soul is in the mountains.
I'm both. I wrestle with that all the time. That question of would you rather have
I don't
a
think
house
you can
at
be
the
both. That's
beach
not
or
how the rules work.
mountains?
We have a rule book over here.
Well,
Okay.
both Flag and Tucson are dark sky cities, meaning you can usually get a good view of the stars because they really limit the light pollution in those cities.
It's great. So I guess here was what would determine it. If you could buy a home anywhere, mountains or ocean, where would you go? Build your
That's
dream
your
home
question.
anywhere.
I already know mine.
It would be on the California coast. Yeah, there is. I dearly love the mountains, but waking up to the sound and the smell of the ocean, I don't think you beat that.
But you would rather wake up to the sound and the smell of the mountains?
Yeah. There's just something like just beautiful about it, and rugged, and just like, I don't know, just like very like natural.
Would you just sit on your
I thought you
deck
just said
and-
you were a beach person.
No, I said
Oh,
I'm a
I
mountain
She said
misheard that.
mountain girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Shane Smith, The Saints. Great song. So you just have your cup of coffee on your porch.
Yes.
That's
That would be
like
so
as good as it
perfect.
gets?
Yep. That is literally like, and then like, so you have your coffee in the morning, and then you have your glass of wine at night, and then you
Yeah.
like do it all over again.
Do you have a glass of wine and coffee and wine and listening to the waves? Or is wine your drink of choice? Or
Wine's totally fine. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee, but wine's good.
Really?
How do you not know this?
I didn't know you didn't drink coffee. What
Where
do you
are you
What do you
going?
do? How do you?
3 of us in the department don't drink coffee.
Well, I drink enough coffee for all of
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Add me into that too.
Well, so what do you drink?
Water,
You just
With
wake
a-
up naturally?
maybe some lemon or a
Interesting.
hydration packet.
Interesting.
Well, I don't wake up naturally. It's why this job suits me, working late at night and not waking up in the morning, because I don't like to wake up in the morning.
Fair enough.
And the only thing that gets me going is a hot shower.
And taking McFly out.
Sure. Yeah.
Hot shower? What about cold shower? That one.
It's so hard.
I've been jumping in my pool almost every day.
That's good.
It's like 50-something degrees.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's terrible, but I'm almost addicted to it now.
Yeah.
Joe, how do you get yourself going in the morning?
I usually wake up with the cat. He'll nudge me, and then I open the shades up, and he gets to look outside, and then slowly read what's going on during the day, and then get up, feed him, feed myself, maybe grade some papers, watch some TV.
So wake up slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm going to drink my coffee at 6:45 while I'm trying to get everybody's lunches and get them out the door. But the oldest should be driving soon, so that's going to be interesting.
How do you feel about that?
Oh my gosh, terrified. I mean, okay, when you started driving, were you ready? Like, was there a moment where you were out on the road and you were like, it's like sink or swim, and I'm gonna have to figure this out. Like but I didn't grow up in like Phoenix traffic. I grew up like kind of a little more out of Houston, so there was a little more room for error.
Yeah, I felt like I was ready. I remember being frustrated with my parents that when I had my permit, that it was slow to go on the highway. It was like, I'm ready, I'm fine. I don't remember having much of an issue with it.
Yeah, and then, just watching my parents drive, and then my older brother kind of just like showing me like the ropes of like what to do, what to look for. That was huge.
Did you go on the freeway like immediately? Do you remember?
Once I had my license, because I'd done
2
it with
weeks.
my permit.
Yeah, not immediately.
Yeah, that's what I'm most worried about, that he's just going to be like, yeah, let's go to Country Thunder. Let's go to Flagstaff and go ski. And you're like, dude, no.
That's
no.
crazy to think about.
Right. I remember I turned 16, and a friend of mine had a friend over. Dude had a friend of ours over from another high school, a female. They were really good friends. Her mom dropped her off, and then he called me and was like, hey, Michelle's over. You should come hang out. And I got my license. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen Michelle in forever. So I like drove over there, and he goes, can you drive her home? And I'm like, that involves taking the freeway. I don't know. And I called my parents, and they're like, you can do it. We've seen you do it. And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm driving Michelle home. So I like pulled out on like the major road, and and it starts raining. And I'm literally I don't even think I spoke to her. Like I was just so nervous, dropped her off. She went in the house, and I was like, now I got to drive home. Just
But
got
you
out of the
made
car.
it.
I did, but I was a nervous wreck.
So
But
is that what
they
you
gave me-
feel like your son is like right now?
I don't feel like he's as nervous. I feel like he just is like, I got this. I'm
That's
good.
good.
Yeah,
That's a good
good.
thing.
How are you as a parent driving with him?
So there's the driving school that like I feel like we paid for the driving school to kind of teach him, because if not, it's just me yelling at him at 7:00 in the morning. So like they pick him up, but they picked him up one day for his freeway lesson, and we're like, well, a parent needs to come along. I'm like, what? No, that's why I paid you. So I had to sit in the back of not my car and drive around Phoenix. And I'm like, could I have brought a beer? Like, it was just and he did fine, but I'm still, I don't know. Check back with me in a month.
I remember my driving instructor like told me like, yeah, I love working with athletes, like high school athletes, just because like they have, just like the capability of like looking at their surroundings, knowing what's going to happen, like their reaction time is a little bit better. So he's got that.
But he's
under
not
his belt.
afraid to go to the hole and get fouled. So I feel like there's going to be a collision.
Yeah, there's a line there where you
Right.
want some confidence. You don't want the overconfidence.
Right.
Yeah.
The reckless confidence.
See, my parents were wrecks driving with. My dad was a little cool, but I didn't really drive a lot with him. And then I did the driver's ed, and that guy was cool. And then like I passed my license test, and I didn't even want to like drive home because I was with my stepmom, and she's a wreck. My mom was a wreck all the time, and it wasn't until last year when I drove her, I moved her down here and did the heavy lifting of the driving. I realized I hadn't driven with her since I was like 16, and I was 43. She was just white knuckle like everything and scream and like want to hit the brakes, and it's like that's not fun for me to drive around with.
Wait, was she still like that?
No, now she's
Okay.
She just probably sees you as like you're 8 years old. That's the issue. Because I'm like, how's my kid 16?
My mom wasn't that bad, but she was monitoring my speed. And I remember one time I switched it so the dash would read in kilometers instead of miles. Just so that she looked up at one point and thought I was going like 115.
Oh my my God.
So what was
Lost
the
her
reaction?
mind.
What was the reaction?
Nicholas.
I remember one time my mom let my brother make the drive down to L.A. on the 5, which is a very easy freeway, and he was ready to switch lanes, and like he was moving to do. He's like, "Can I do it now?" And we're about to run into a big rig truck, and my mom's like, "No." I was like, "What do you do it now? Like we're not clear at all."
Do it now. It's like you're in an action movie. Oh man, that's
What
good
about
stuff.
son number 2? Will he be allowed in the car?
Oh gosh, that's so tough. Those are your two like most prized possessions together. Oh my gosh.
My parents. I'm the younger. They stuck me for him to drop me off at school. Like they didn't
Yeah.
have to do that drive anymore.
Yeah.
Like it was.
That'll happen.
As soon as he got his license, like you're going with him.
He's, I think, picking up from practices for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole like now when I'm like, hey guys, I know it's 7:15. I'm gonna take a little break. Then I go drive carpool and then drop off the kids and bring my computer in the. I'm
While you're driving?
while I'm waiting for kids to load up my car. So yeah, that'll be nice. But the only thing is the older school starts before the younger, so I'm not off the hook of dropping kids off. But when they can go
Yeah.
to school together, that's gonna
2
be
years.
fabulous. Oh my gosh, I might quit drinking coffee.
That will never happen.
We'll see. It's kind of run its course. One other thing we were discussing before we came on the air that gets me through is workouts. So best workout song of all time. What do you work out to?
Julia?
Oh gosh, I don't have like a specific one, but something with a good beat.
Like I would play
House.
Eminem. House.
Yeah, some type of house or EDM. I just
Yeah.
have to have a really good beat.
So would you listen to the same song over and over if it has the same good beat?
Yeah.
Like I would listen to Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks on me over and over and over. I've done that before during a workout.
I don't know if I know that song.
That's the best beat of all time. I'm gonna send you just the beat
Okay.
from if you were in
Well,
Houston
can you
in the
do
90s.
it for us?
I don't think I can. Like dun 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 dun, and then it's like bust it. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's you'll know it when you hear it.
You know the song Harder Than You Think? Wait, is it Harder Than You Think? Is everyone thinking of? Is that a Public Enemy song?
Can we play it on here? I don't
Probably
even know.
not.
Yeah. So we have to like hum it.
I mean, Eminem's good.
That's a good question.
I'll go Kygo. Yeah, that is Public Enemy. I'm pretty sure that was Harder Than You Think. They used a bunch in the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he was a cop in L.A. alongside Michael Pena. End of Watch. Great movie. And that song was like the theme song. And after that movie, I would play that at the gym all the time.
Just over and over and over.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like I can do that. Same song over and over and over. And you get in the zone. Because if not, I start talking to people and then I just go sit in the sauna. Oh, all right. So enough about us. What else? Cardinals climb. What are our other wins? What has been the most unique? Nick playing catch with Jordan Lawler, I think
was
is going to
cool.
be really fun. That's going to air tonight. Did you drop any? Did you hit him in the chest? How'd that go?
I for the most part, I hit him in the chest. We were all of 12 feet apart from each other.
Is he burning it in?
No. He was lobbing it. We were lobbing it back and forth. But I mean, the first throw, my reaction, like you hear me on, I just go, God. And it was, it just felt weird. Like I haven't thrown a baseball in forever. But it didn't take long to kind of get back into the motion. But the first catch I had to make and the first throw was like, this feels foreign.
Whose glove did you use?
I used my glove from high school. I still have it.
Is it all oiled up or did the desert kind of dry it out?
No idea. It has not been oiled in, I don't know that it was ever oiled, frankly. Maybe like 20 years ago.
Did Jordan Lawler ask you any questions about yourself?
Yes, to your delight, to your great delight.
Oh, do tell the story.
Well, actually, first, the funnier thing was the day before. I was like, hey, Jordan, we're doing this interview tomorrow. I was like, want to run this idea by you. I was like, I've been wanting to do an interview, an active interview that feels a little more conversational maybe. I was like, can we throw the ball back and forth? I was like, it's going to be close. I'm not going to give your arm, any extra reps. You guys got specific plans. I know that. I was like, but just a soft toss from 10, 15 feet away. And he kind of looked at me. He's like sizing me up. He's like, think you can catch it? And I was like, dude, I was like, come on.
That's good.
How dare you? And then, yes, we started the interview, and I don't know, he asked me a question or two about, I guess once I said, like, oh, it's been so long since I've thrown. And he's like, oh, did you play? Where'd you play? And I was like, oh, growing up in Pennsylvania. And he says, did you ever hit 3 home runs in a game? Which is the
Greatest story of all time.
the bio note about me that Mark is obsessed with.
Well, I am, because here's the story. We're all sitting around one night and we're like, oh, what's like your greatest play of all time? And Julia, you have a great one. So tell us about that. We haven't seen the tape, so we don't know that it
scored
exists.
the game winner in the state soccer championship.
Which is freaking big league, which is awesome.
OT, yeah.
So
It was fun.
we thought that was
Golden
like, yes, we thought that was like, I mean, it still might be number one. I haven't decided which of y'all has number one. But we're like going around, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I caught a pass, and like, might have gotten a hit off Josh Beckett. I'm not sure. It was some guy from his high school threw real hard, and I closed my eyes and swung real hard. But whatever. I mean, it wasn't nothing great. Joe, you were an all-star, stole some bases. What do you think the crowning achievement was?
I had a leadoff bunt in the extra innings of a little league semifinal that sparked an 8-run rally.
So you ignited it. You set the table.
Yeah.
Was everybody like, that's just good baseball, Joe?
I avoided, like, it bounced up. I avoided it, jumped out of the way, ran to first. They threw it away, and I ended up on third.
And did you do any of this stuff back then? Or were you like, let's go?
No, we weren't too much into that, but just
Act like you've been there before.
ended up on third, scored, and then 7 runs later, and we made the championship, which we lost.
Well, I mean,
That
at
was
least
the
you had the
White
memory.
Sox.
You were the White Sox?
Oh, wait. That might have been the Yankees. No, I think it was the White Sox.
Well, at least it wasn't like the Dodgers or something like that. Maybe in Northern California, they didn't even have that. All right, so you have that. I caught a pass. And then Nick's like, you were a good pitcher. We saw the picture of you as a pitcher. It was like, oh, did you throw any no-hitters? And you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, how do you not know? I was like, did you ever hit a home run in a game? And you're like, yeah. Like, how many home runs did you hit, like, in a season? And I'm like, I don't know. Did you ever hit multiple in a game? You're like, yeah, I hit like 3 one time. We're like, 3? You hit 3 home runs in one game?
Yeah. I was 12. I was 12. We had a very short fence in right field. Legitimate, like the only.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah. The first one was well hit. The second and the third were basically long pop-ups to right that just got over the short porch.
Did you get in the paper?
I don't know about then.
Did you get in the paper?
We had a
I
good
did.
baseball team.
I think
though.
I sent you the.
I didn't. Not the
The
game-winning
article,
goal.
maybe.
You're like elbowing some girl in the head.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I was just, I was just protecting myself.
Right. Well, y'all are the athletes of the department here. So, but 3 home runs in one game. I mean, that's like historic. You don't hear many kids that hit that many home runs.
Yeah, I don't know. None of this matters because I peaked when I was really young. But when I was like 7 in All-Stars, I hit enough home runs that I do know my last like at bat, the PA announcer called me Nick hit a home run king.
Ooh.
Did you hit one?
Yeah.
Oh, come
He
on.
called your shot?
Um,
Did the town go wild?
I don't think the town went wild. No.
Were just people were just like king, 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 king.
No.
Well, that's how I remember.
But
it.
again, none of it really translated once I hit a certain age. But I was in front of most of the kids in terms of athleticism and knowledge, sports knowledge. Now that stuck with me.
well,
that
so did
became
the
the job.
athleticism. You should see the man shoot free throws.
But Lawler, I mean, like, okay, I think about, and then we kind of started the interview. Okay, were you always that dude? I'm sure you were. I'm sure 99% of the guys in the big leagues were like that guy their entire lives. Some people, they kind of hit it later in high school or college, but for the most part, you were always the best player in your town. And then it's like, well, what is it like when you've always been that guy and then you start a season over 36 in the big leagues? Like, how do you handle that? Because I can only imagine. And he was like, well, it helped. He's a couple of years ago in the minor leagues, got off to a really slow start. He's like, I was batting like 160 in AA and then fought my way back and was batting 310 or something by the end of the year. And I think that's when he got called up and was on the bench for the postseason run. But he's in an interesting spot here. He was the number 6 pick in 2021, Diamondbacks' top prospect for a couple of years, and the results have not been awesome. Last year, called up a couple of times, really struggled at the plate, wasn't a whole lot better defensively. Now they're going to try him in the outfield. The opportunity is there with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Corbin Carroll. Certainly Lourdes, probably Corbin as well, starting the season hurt. Alec Thomas is, far from lockdown. His position too, that outfield feels kind of wide open. So opportunity for Jordan, but if nothing else, he is really solid dude. And he's always smiling. He's always got a good attitude. Cheering for him, honestly.
And how many guys would be told about that little nugget and actually have the way to execute it? I think that just shows the kind of guy he is, that it's about other people. It's not about me. So you want for it to take off for that guy. And it could. We could be sitting here in 3 months and be like, Jordan Lawler might go to the All-Star game. The talent's there.
Well, he's played 2 spring training games and he's hit 2 home runs. And now the beginning of spring training, for the most part, I haven't looked at who the pitchers were, but for the most part, those first couple of games, it's not the top line guys on the mound. But nevertheless, encouraging start. And yeah, I brought up that same point. I was like, I don't know who else on the team would have actually taken that note that Mark passed along to Diamondbacks PR, and then Diamondbacks PR whispered into Jordan's ear right before the interview about the 3 home runs. I don't know how many other people would have actually had fun with that like he did.
Well, here's to a fun Diamondback season. How worried are we about Merrill Kelly?
A little worried. Back issues are not, a joke, because it can affect you for a while. It affects your entire body.
And I saw how hard he was working at Salt River the other day, and I was like,
you saw him pushing a sled?
Yeah. And you have to push yourself, but I'm like, man, what is he, 36, 37?
Yeah.
You see the cramping, and you just know how good he can be. You saw it in the World Series, and it's like, how far does this go?
Yeah.
Hopefully he just tweaked his back a little bit. We all start doing that in our late 30s and 40s. But if he's your opening day starter and you have so many questions, I guess luckily they have Zach Gallen as a backup now. Luckily they have some depth, which is crazy.
I don't know what's happening there, because I think both Torrey and Michael Soroka have made comments saying no, Soroka is going to be in the rotation. He's better served as a starter. So who's not going to be a starter? We're back to that.
So Merrill, Zach, Fott, Eduardo, Soroka, is Ryan Nelson.
There's no way.
That's
they can leave
crazy.
Nelly out again.
But he's so valuable in so many different spots. Do they just tell him look?
And at some point, Burns is coming back too.
Oh,
right.
Deal with that down the road. I'm sure someone will be hurt by then. But.
Right. Oh my gosh. So do you just tell Nelly look, dude, I'm so sorry, but you're so suited for this, because then then you don't have to stretch guys out, and every couple days you could bring in Nelly in the 4th or the 5th inning to get you to the 7th, and he's basically like a starter.
How much can you mess with a guy mentally though, who's given them a lot whenever he does start?
Right. Yeah. But if you're you're suited for it, and the moment there's a starting spot, you're the guy. And honestly, we love how the chip that this puts on your shoulder. So we think there's a lot of value. We don't want you to get comfortable. Clearly you pitch better when you're uncomfortable and a little hacked off.
Well, and he's going to, he, I'm sure, knows, and every major league starter knows, you're not rolling out 5 guys and these are your 5 for the whole season.
Sure.
You need 8 starters legitimately, and right now he's the 6th, possibly, if this is true about Soroka. And you feel for him because he's pitched his heart out.
Nelly's been better than Fott though.
Yeah,
and Erod.
But God, Fott was so good at the end of last year. The one here is Erod. But what are you gonna do with Erod? You with his contract, you have to make him a starter, and you have to get him right, with the thought of trading him down the road for a bag of magic beans.
Yeah, it is ultimately it's a good problem to have, having the depth. Because you're gonna need guys as the season goes on, but I just don't think they can do that to Nelly again. They got to figure out something else.
What would Nolan Arenado say about that?
He just put him in there in the rotation. He would throw, but yeah, it was
Six-man
awesome sitting
rotation.
down with him. It was awesome.
We've had a good week of like unique content that no one else you're not getting anywhere else.
Did you guys know that he's going to be playing for Team Puerto Rico in the WBC?
That's crazy. Okay, and you solved the mystery. How do you say his name?
Yep.
How do you say his name?
Arenado, not
Okay.
Arenado.
Yeah.
So I know everybody's like said Arenado. He even said he's used to it by now, but yeah, it's Arenado.
So what did you take from just the vibe? Like, is he? I mean, of course, Julia interviews him, and then he goes out and hits a home run on his first at bat as a Diamondback. How many
was
times
cool.
have we seen that? Yes. Did he thank you, by the way? Was
No.
he like, oh, you just gave me a little extra pop of energy, get to talk about myself and tell my story? But as you were sitting next to him, was it like this dude has a lot to prove? Like this dude just like is ready to show everybody he's not done yet.
So this guy is one of the most competitive people like you'll ever like meet.
Can you feel that sitting next to him?
Absolutely. But you can also tell that he just loves the game. So when you combine that with his competitive, like, you know, just bulldog mentality, I really do think that he's going to be proving a lot of people wrong. And there's just so many people that are like already writing him off because of his age, or like maybe he had like a bad year or two, but what he can bring, he still has it. Like he can still make those like Gold Glove like plays. He can still, I don't know. We saw the strength in his first at bat, and just getting that out of the way is great for his mental, I'm sure. Just like, hey, I'm here, you know, and here to prove a point. And I think he's just going to be a really good asset to this lineup.
And having that leadership on the corners with Arenado and Carlos Santana, who made an incredible play.
He's a Gold
on
Glover
Sunday.
too.
I just don't think you're going to have any of those Ketel Marte situations, because you're going to have dads on the corners being like, come here. No. This is what we're doing. So you could make your case, leadership, athleticism up the middle with Perdomo and Marte. I thought the outfield was going to be a mess. I feel like Lourdes and Corbin are going to come back quicker than we think.
Yeah.
Depth in the rotation. Bullpen. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But I feel like a lot of teams have these questions.
Yeah.
Joe, as a Giants fan, how do you feel about the Diamondbacks?
A nice fourth place finish sounds about right.
Objective Joe over there. How do you feel about the Giants, by the way?
3-0, defending Cactus League champions.
Oh my gosh.
This is what we do in February.
Do you think the managerial change has really impacted the Cactus League success, even though you had the success last
Well,
year?
he's had an interesting journey already, because he keeps bringing up Tennessee, and everyone's like, all right, guy, move on. Like, you're in a different color orange. And I think
It is kind of the same color, the orange.
he's kind of got that message lately, because he wanted to know from the Bay Area reporters how it leaked to them that he was going to be a manager here. And that really kind of threw everyone for a loop. But now hearing from players, and then Ron Washington is on the staff. He's
Love
an
him.
infield coach, and he just said, this guy gets it. Like, we'll be fine. And that's kind of calm things down. We've won games by other teams realizing it's February and running into outs. We had a base hit that turned into a triple play the other day. That was great for the defense and the Cubs' mistakes. But yeah, same issues. Like, I'm not sure. I think our offense is good, and I don't think the pitching's there yet.
So give him a year to work his magic and figure out the big leagues, and maybe it works, and maybe you'll see Willie Bloomquist and Chip Hale in the majors.
The Giants have strong leaders in Chapman, Adames, and Webb to deal with the pros in the room, and then just see what this guy does for the young guys, and he can develop.
All right. Well, Giants versus Diamondbacks.
Do you think any other MLB teams have an entire starting infield playing in the WBC?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't wait to watch the WBC, by the way. Like, it's like appointment viewing. When the Dominican is playing, like in Miami, that is legit. Like, that's some of the best TV, some of the best sports TV. I actually don't know that answer, though. Shows they've got some talent.
Yeah.
All right, before we get to the next, the other great sports moment, real quick on the Suns, how concerned are we about Dylan Brooks and all the injuries and all of the fun times coming to an end here, the last 25 games, if Brooks cannot get back healthy for the playoffs, or to be healthy enough that he's what he was the first half of the season for the playoffs?
Reasonably, because the last game or two before the break, I guess it was just the last game against the Thunder when Book and Jalen Green both sat. But I remember sitting there being like, oh, This is like the first time I've been down here all year that this isn't really fun. They were getting destroyed in the second quarter, down by 30 plus. And then Sunday's game against the Blazers was very much not fun.
Yeah, what was that vibe like? I mean, at least
they didn't score more than 20 points in a single quarter.
They shot 26% from three, 34% from the field. And yeah, it was just...
And it was worse from three until Gillespie hit 4 of them in the fourth quarter.
That was without Damian Lillard, too, with the Blazers. Like, he was on the sideline. Like, that's not even, like, their best player wasn't even out there.
Well, is he
He hasn't played all year.
I think, yeah, he's got because he was in the 3-point contest. This confused
me. He's got
an
Achilles thing, but he's like,
could he be back for the playoffs, or is he just?
I would assume.
I don't know the answer.
I don't know if they're making the playoffs. They'll probably be
that's
playing.
a good point. Yeah.
Also, the Blazers, like, was it the night before, the game before, gave up like 150 plus to the Nuggets.
Right.
And then they don't even give up 80 to the Suns.
Yeah,
what is that, 80 less points?
Yeah, it's insane.
So Saturday's win against this Magic, a lot of that offense wasn't pretty either.
Until the end, the last shot was fine.
Right, exactly. But no, I mean, Jordan Ott acknowledged it wasn't just yesterday where the offense is out of sorts. It's been a pattern now for a while.
Are they missing the villain mentality?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, they might. I don't know how much of that is him, because I think he has his own issues offensively. He is the black hole. But I don't know. It's just comical how injury plagued they are. Like, going into that All-Star break, the couple of days before that, all of the conversation from the team was about last 27 games. We're going to be healthy. We're going to be ready to go. And then they come out of the break. Grayson Allen turns his ankle at shoot around. Then Book has the hip. Then Brooks breaks his left hand. Jordan Goodwin injures his calf.
I hurt my knee sleeping. So it's going around. It's going around the desert. Yeah, it's like okay, have they turned into a pumpkin here, or is there like one more like, get everything together? We need to see Jalen Green and Devin Booker, which might be a good thing, because then Dylan Brooks comes back and the offense isn't going through him, so he just needs to be a defensive guy who shoots threes. And you have bigs, and there's a formula there, but the formula doesn't look like it works at all right now.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that too is Jalen Green just coming back and not having Book out there. That like the offense isn't running the way it was previously. There's a lot of times where the ball just kind of ends up in his hands at
the end of the clock, and he's like, ah! Yeah. Like, what'd you think? I mean, was it bad shooting or bad basketball?
I think the shooting was obviously like off, but then Colin Gillespie kind of like turned it on in the fourth quarter, and it was like, oh, he's actually hitting some. And it was cool to see Amir Coffey and Rasheer Fleming and Malawach as well. Yeah. He hit his first NBA 3, which was awesome. So it really is for these younger guys to get those reps and experience, because this could actually help them down the line.
Well, and Haywood Highsmith, I'm interested to see if he can help, because they call him the locksmith because he locks dudes up. He would guard Jason Tatum for the Heat in the playoffs.
When is he going to be ready?
Probably at the same time Dylan Brooks is, a week before the end of the season. So,
oh, gosh.
Yeah, this might be one of those deals where it's like they get in. You're like, okay, injuries, let's wind this thing up again, and then they go make some moves. And do we think that they should speed up the timeline next year, make a major move, or do you run it back with what you have? Because I think if they have all the guys, if they have the type of team next year that they have this year, we'll kind of be like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, are we just going to hang around the play-in? Because that's not going to be fun.
Yeah, but it stinks that seemingly we're not really going to get a look at them with everyone playing.
Yeah.
Because we haven't to this point, and now Dylan Brooks is going to be out until sometime in April, and so I think it's hard to judge exactly what you need to do differently for going into next season and where you're at. We'll see when the season ends, but this has the total potential to be a bummer, given how fun they were for the first 50 games.
It's kind of the year of the injury on Arizona's Family Sports. Before we get out of here, let's talk about something joyful. Team USA winning gold in hockey. Did you wake up for it?
I did not.
No.
I did.
I was, but I was driving to Peoria for club baseball, so I was monitoring it on my phone. But yes, I mean, what does this do for hockey in the United States? What is it? How much does this raise the stakes the next time Canada and the U.S. plays?
Well, I think leading up and from when it was announced that NHL players were going to be in the Olympics, like the ascension of USA Hockey from U17 all the way up has been there, and like everyone felt like they can put together something that can compete with Canada and win a gold, because it felt like the talent was there. And then the tournament started and they were on fire and Canada was on fire, and it was like, can they meet? And then when they do, it was just like it was such good hockey from like kind of an outside perspective, and like just how great talent there was. And then they did enough, like Canada, they were dominating for 2/3 of this game, and all you need is a goalie, right, to stand on his head. And Connor Hollaback has been doing it in the regular season year after year. He was the MVP a couple of years last year, but then in the playoffs he kind of just falls apart. And he stood on his head, and they made just enough plays. They killed penalties, and they got the win. And you can just see the joy in all of them and what they've said since. And like people keep saying, like, and we talked to a youth coach, and like those kids were so excited to win, and like what this is going to do. And these guys, their names are going to live forever in USA Hockey history. So it's encouraging. We're getting NHL players in the World Cup, in the next Olympics. Like, this rivalry is on, and it's fun to be on the winning side of this one.
It's some of the best sports TV, along with the World Baseball Classic, when the Dominican and Puerto Rico and Mexico and even Canada with Freddie Freeman plays the United States. I can't wait for that. But I do think, yeah, it's interesting because we haven't had hockey now in 2 NHL seasons, and going out to a local rink today and just having the conversation with the coach, and you're going to hear from the players tonight in the Extra Point. The Arizona ties, not only Auston Matthews, Captain America, the Kachuk brothers who started in Scottsdale, and then you've got Clayton Keller, who was one of the captains of the Coyotes. So you're watching it and you're like, gosh, yes, big hockey games. I love big hockey games. And I feel like you don't get what we had yesterday in a lot of pro sports. We watch a lot of Diamondbacks Rockies games or ASU basketball games. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, there's some meh stuff, and this is the good stuff.
Yeah. So the Kachucks grew up here because their dad was playing for the Coyotes, right?
Captain, yeah.
So that's going to change things in terms of how many ties Arizona has.
Yeah. Because
I think we've seen more than ever in sports that so many of the professional athletes are children of professional athletes who get a different kind of training as they're growing up.
Yep. And, they definitely did. And Clayton Keller was training right there with them. So here's our conversation from earlier today with Justin Rogers from AZ Ice. He was one of Auston Matthews' AZ Arcadia Ice. He was one of Auston Matthews' teammates when they were 8 years old.
A golden moment, and what a moment for Arizona, really. My count is 4 people with Scottsdale ties, Arizona ties to the gold medal, as the U.S. men win in dramatic fashion the gold medal at the Winter Olympics. Joined by Justin Rogers now, who has a special connection to a lot of these players. A hockey coach here in town. You see the USA Hockey on your jacket. And Justin, could you just put into perspective what this means locally?
It's incredible, right? I think our game has really cherished the 1980 Olympics golden team. And so us as a country, we needed it. But to have 4 players out of that 25-man roster be born and start their hockey career in the desert is truly, truly inspiring, right? We're playing at the best level against the best players in the world. And the guys who started in the desert have that really good structure and love of the game that helped us push that golden moment.
How does that help you coach tonight back on the ice?
Oh man, I will tell you, every single one of our coaches in the Valley, whether they're with our program or every other program, we're jumping ready to get back out there. It is just so much fun. It brings me back to being a player growing up here. I know Auston talks about it a lot, that Ovechkin goal that he scored on his back. We were all in that crowd. And I will tell you, as an ex-player, we tried to duplicate that for 2 weeks straight, right? And so watching all those kids inchworm on the back as a player, and now I get to see it as a coach, every single player in our program, they're so excited to be the next gold medal scorer. And that's exactly where we're at, right? Our players are just screaming to get back out onto the ice, and it's just so inspiring, so exciting.
So to take us back to when you were a player, how many of these guys did you grow up playing with or against?
Yeah, so Austin found himself in a Bochum Mustangs jersey with myself. We were 8U back then, so nothing, we didn't play high level or anything like that together. We shared a locker room with people who had never played the game before. We had Shocker shin pads in there. We had football shoulder pads in there, trash bags for hockey bags. It was awesome. We were truly a Bad News Bears group. We got to watch the Kachuk brothers tear it up over at Scottsdale. And then Tage Thompson really started his career out at Peoria with the Polar Ice. And, you know, again, it just speaks volumes, right? Like none of us are doing this perfectly, but we're all doing it so well together, right? Us as competitors, we love having that fire on and off the ice. And to see us all come together, especially in a time where we are starving, we're missing that NHL hockey. And for us to get a golden moment like this is just, it's so exciting to see this next generation coming out.
Do you have some more Team USA players currently in the pipeline potentially here in Arizona?
For sure. So just kind of a little recap to one guy who didn't get a shout out this year. He's another Maple Leaf. Matthew Nyes was a truly special player, and I'm excited for him to get back in that pipeline here in the future. Help us bring some more golds home. We actually have a player as well in our national team development program with Braden Willis. He was born in Gilbert and played a lot of his youth career throughout the different programs as well. It's incredible. Like I said, we have it at not only the Olympic level, but our next generations coming through. And that goes all the way down to our 10Us. We had a really special moment as a program yesterday before our 10U team matched up against the Arizona Bobcats 10U team. We actually had both teams file into our coach's room over at AZ Ice Arcadia, Auston Matthews home rink growing up. And both teams watched our golden moment together. And to see a Arizona Titan and an Arizona Bobcat cheering for Auston Matthews and chanting USA, hugging and crying, it was incredible to see. And I will tell you, we have more guys coming up through the pipeline out of Arizona. We're not done yet. So,
oh my gosh, that gives me the chills. Can I hit the pause button real quick? I just need to check something with the recording real quick. I need to make sure the recording's back in the station. Hang on one second. All right. Okay. Sorry, you guys texted me, and I'm like, okay, your answers are amazing. I'm like, I have it recorded here, so we should be good. I just want to make sure sometimes when I do this from home. And did you like my hat, by the way? I dug this out.
I love it. Love it. With the Sanderson Ford on it, too. It's perfect.
Hang on one second. All right, hold on. Sorry. Let me just here. Sorry, just
no worries.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the workday, and okay, we should be good. Okay, everybody's communicated with. All right, so back to our top story here. So I mean, it's interesting because it's Canada's national pastime. How is the U.S. closed the gap, especially in warm weather cities like Phoenix and the Valley?
Accessibility for sure, right? I think there was a really bad narrative, especially when I was a kid growing up. Roller hockey would ruin you as a player. Deck hockey would ruin you as a player. It doesn't make you a stronger skater. As we've grown as a sport, we've definitely recognized, right? Like our athletes are exactly that. They're top athletes. They're not just top hockey players, right? So having our kids play roller hockey, having our kids out on the deck and it being more accessible. You see it now in Goodwill. There's Coyotes things everywhere for our players and fans to keep grabbing the memorabilia. There's also sticks at Goodwill now, right? So it's accessible to more and more players. So it's not just on the frozen water where we can play this awesome game. And I think for a long time, we didn't understand that. We always revered and, we wanted to be a Minnesota or a Michigan where our kids could go out and play on the pond. And just realizing that our pond looks a little bit different, I think has been massive for us to keep momentum going. And kids don't only get to play hockey at the rink, they can play it in their neighborhood with their friends. They can play it in the street with their buddies and put on pillowcases for goal pads and things like that, and really just find that love of the game. The other side is we have some really big Titans kind of blazing the way with Auston Matthews and a Matthew Nyes and Braden Willis, who continue to produce at an elite level, and showing our kids that it's not a lottery ticket, right? Like if you want something, you have to go out and get it, and you work until you get it. And again, just having those great examples for our players growing up, it's really inspiring, right? For as a coach to play with some of these guys. And, I've been lucky enough to have some of these other players at our USA hockey tracks. There is something always that is very similar with each other, every player. And it's just that love of the game. Nothing else matters where when their feet touch the ice, this is it. And I will tell you, it's inspiring as a coach. It really does help us keep going as well, right? So it's a tough market, but it's so fun, so rewarding, and it's a great time.
How would you kind of diagnose the state of hockey right now in Arizona?
So we are absolutely starving. We're not hurting, I would say, right? We're very competitive still. We're growing at the base levels where we need to, but we really, really need that NHL back. And it's not because they bring more in numbers or development wise. It's just continuing that passion and giving our players that next level to continue that love of the game.
Do you feel like there's momentum towards a return of the NHL, or how would you kind of, with Mrs. Doan, leading the cause here? What are the kind of steps that you see forward to getting the team back here full time?
I think we're taking massive steps as a group, right? I think we just had a very large populated high school hockey game where the inaugural Hall of Fame was just announced. Austin was obviously our number one player coming in for that. I will tell you, I was very blessed to have my dad actually in as a builder as well this year. And that was very, very inspiring for us as a family. And we definitely love that. And I'm so happy that his name will ever be there. But again, I mean, we had just under 4,000 people at a high school hockey game on a random Saturday night in the desert. Right. So we have to keep selling out what we already have. We have to keep that momentum going and supporting the groups that are really pushing for with or without an NHL group. Right. And so, again, I think we're closer than a lot of negative people would say we are. However, it wasn't easy for Auston Matthews to go win a gold medal. So it's not going to be easy for us to get hockey back. But again, Arizona has proven we don't want hockey the easy way. We want it the hard way. And we're going to make sure we do it right this time. So
can we throw Clayton Keller in there? So what is that? Is that 5 connections at last count? 6 connections? How many Arizona connections?
Yeah.
What's the final tally on the score sheet?
Yeah. So Clayton, right, when the Kachuk brothers left, they went over to St. Louis, played a majority of their youth hockey there towards the tail end. That's where Keller kind of came in there as well. And, then for him to get picked up by the Arizona Coyotes and be just such a pillar of not only hockey, but USA hockey as well for that in our valley. Again, proving to our players that you can be not only an American-born hockey player and still make it to the NHL, but for a lot of our guys to witness that uphand and front, it was just phenomenal. I mean, great hockey. As a hockey guy, I couldn't ask for anything better than seeing a gold medalist skate for us on a day-to-day basis and, continue to grow that love. I think Clayton was exactly what Shane was for a lot of our guys on that roster, where just such a great example of what this game is and how we give back to the community and on and off the ice. He's just such an amazing human being. And, again, like we said, we need that NHL team back to keep us going in the right direction here. So
what's the over under on first gold medal to make it back to the Valley so all the kids can celebrate? Do you have a direct line to Auston? Keller come back?
I will say I shot Austin a text. We had, like I said, our Bobcats and Titans yesterday cheering him on. We sent him a video. I know he's busy right now. Everybody is. And obviously, once they're done living the golden moment, they got to go back for work for the NHL. And I really do hope Austin brings us not just a gold medal, but I hope he brings us back a Stanley Cup this year, too. I think he proved a lot of people that he can do it. He's a winning guy and he's a winning captain. And again, he's got some Arizona blood with him out in Toronto to help us bring that back. So I'm hoping Austin brings it back, both gold and silver in that aspect, right? So hopefully soon.
It's going to be weird if he gets booed in Toronto, right? Like, I'm trying to think of how this is going to
go. We've loaned them there for so long. You think at some point they'll appreciate the gem that they have. And I think this hopefully will kind of alleviate some pressure. Because again, I know everybody in the Valley, we know he's a winner. There was never a question in our mind this year. It was funny. A lot of people kind of asked me, oh, you guys are going up against the Russians. And honestly, I felt like we were actually the Russians in this situation. And we knew it, right? And that's where we took that gold medal. And again, I think now he's gotten to show people that what he can do. And like I said, I think the sky's the limit for him. So
could you tell at 8 years old what he was going to become?
6 years old. I mean, dude, he was lifting black pucks over the net from the red line at 6 years old. He understood this game more than most of us ever do. And again, as being a coach in this game, I think he knew more at 6U than I still do to this day. And it was really that competition level where he wanted to be that best goal scorer on the ice. He was the youngest guy on our roster, and he was, in fact, our top goal scorer that year. Again, he was a really special individual. First one to the rink, last one to leave, never skipped a gym session, and, always took care of his health, and that came first with injuries. But again, he was a very special individual from start to finish now, even still. So.
Well, and we talked about how you hope this continues to grow hockey in Arizona. So you have a day coming up where people can try hockey. So tell us about that.
Absolutely. So we got a 2-hour skate next week. It's going to be March 8th. It's over at AZ Ice Arcadia. We'll have plenty of coaches out there to help, a lot of alumni, again, a bunch of us coaching in the program. We came through the program. We all played. And, again, this is why we give back. We love this game. And, again, it's really special now to share a golden moment with players getting their first touch on the ice. And it's a great time. Like I said, 2-hour skate, introductory level. We'll have hockey going on one end, learn to skate on the other, and just kind of rolling with it. So it's going to be a lot of fun here.
Could potentially, like, the next Auston Matthews be out there and maybe have never laced up a pair of skates before, and this is a good way to find them? Could you spot them?
Absolutely. I mean, again, I think they can prove us right. I think we have 10,000 Auston Matthews in this valley. Everybody who laces the skates up has that potential, right? And I will say, if they want it enough, we'll absolutely help them and along the way. And again, we'll keep the ice frozen in the desert for as long as we can. So.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate it, and enjoy it. It's a golden moment for Arizona.
Thank you, 100%. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to our multiples coming up soon.
This is The Extra Point, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast, sponsored by your Phoenix Suns.